Let's be grateful, Chewie. Welcome back to the Lady Babylon. This is a solemn occasion we come to tonight because, to be quite honest, I am quite still in a haze. I am in a haze from the loss of a companion. I am in a haze from the loss of a friend. And I bring this material to you tonight with the utmost mourning for the fallen. Tonight, I thought I would bring you, just a picture. Where's the one of us in the past? I like that, Chewy. Put that up, let people. Now, people, this is a AI rendering of photographs plus locations. Everything represented is real, except I am actually more sexy in real life. People, I dedicate this show tonight to my daughter, Chewy, who has brought us all of the art and the movies and everything. You know, I don't fly the ship. I just stand here, talk. Chewy is right there with me and has been forever. And this is perhaps most difficult. It's most difficult for us to go through together, because as a father, I want to give my daughter an ideal world, but I can't deliver on that. I can't bring her that. So instead, she gets wisdom. It's wisdom or a false reality, people. That's what we're coming. So I thought to myself, how should I do this? How should I do this tonight? And I started to prep, and then I saw, oh God, after 3 days of mourning, I saw someone step forward. Someone step forward and do exactly what I was going to do. And not only did LH do it, but LH did it better than I could do it. I was watching it and I thought, oh God, what's going to... I've been scooped, people. I've been scooped by LH. LH, I'm going to pull you up in a second. I want to recognize that this week, before we get into the sad, before we get into the reality of the sad, tonight I want to say there's great news. There is great news. One of us has been accepted. One of us has been accepted to a university in a classics program. Oh, God. Fantastic. This is one of us, a member of the congregation. Yes, Darko will be going. Green flag. Go. Off they go. He's going to go in there. And people, Darko is a gorgeous, gorgeous individual, because Darko just walked away from his government job, didn't care about the pension. Fuck all of this. I am going to study Mother Greek. People, do you hear the honor? That's real honor. That's real honor. So in turn, I am working in the workshop to forge the strongest, bestest of soldiery through the ink jets and the blop heaps, everything. We bring it all. He runs all the courses until we are taught. Ow, God, I want him going in there with Greek out his, whew, he better be doing it. Darko, you're going to the basic training. You've got to be ready. You know what I mean? We want these people impressed right off the top. Now, people, what the hell is he talking about? Ancient Greek celebration. Did you show the picture? Now, Darko, thank you. You've been entered into the... There's a lot of people being entered into the annals tonight. Oh, it's going to be lovely. People, before I continue, let me say Friday, we will be jumping into the crusade, because the material tonight has given me the necessary death that I needed. Has given me a reminder of the past, the present, and a vision of the future. Oh, God. People, who do we trust? We trust those who follow the gods. Who are those musicians? Oh God, there's no hanky panky. It's just the art. It's just the science. It's just the craft. It's just the reason. It's just the logos. Ow, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. People, I'm going to summon my climax right now. What did he say? You just sit there, Hilda. Hilda's new, right? She's a little bit fantastic. Shall we start, people? I just want to throw this Greek to you because that's what we do. And then I'm going to jump into Danny Jones and a matter of honor. As many of you have been watching and understand is a big deal. Let us be honest and forthright and just. Bring us the muse. Bring us the muse. What does the muse have to say about everything? Was that a dildo? Go on, people. We flash that back. I rather fancied that. People, what is this? It's an article. And that you're looking at is a fasciculum. It is a prop from a stage of Bacchus. And it is tonight for Kurt Metzger's buttocks. Do you understand? Oh, God, people. Bring it back, the power of that presentation. People, pay attention tonight and you'll see everything. Oh, Chewy, go ahead. Put the it doesn't matter. Put the muse up there. Danny Jones, please pay attention. This is the voice of the muse. People. Look at her right here. Look at next to this 20. What does it say, people? Sophia in exodois hunetai. Sophia herself, wisdom sings her hymns in the entries and exits of the city. Oh, God. She's flowing out. What an exodus. Tell me about wisdom, people. This is the best crack from psychic towers you will ever smoke. Oh, God. Shout out to all the crackheads in De Plateas on those Broadways. She brings paresia, free speech, Danny Jones, free speech. And from the walls, it says, the very tippy-tip tops of the walls, she gives proclamations. And in the gateways, she sits there talking to the fucking tyrants. Oh, God. People, she is Tharusa. Can you hear the strength? You know what that means in ancient mother sexy fucking Greek? It means she is without fear, standing ready for engagement. Oh, God. That is sexy, Sophia. That is sexy, Sophia. Is Metzger tied up still? Oh, God. People, what is it? It's in the arteries. They said it was the whole thing about the thickening and the blood. Chewy, you heard it last night with Josh and his program translating things. Good job, Josh, with your translation of the hematologic magic of the venoms. Oh, God, don't say too much. Who is that? Oh, people, we're going to get to it, but I want to give you the muse first because I met her when I was fucking 10. And this is what she gave me. Tell us, Sophia, Tell us the future. Tell us a tale of people like Neil. Tell us a tale of the insurrection. Tell us a tale of the tyrants. What do they want? What do they want? They want to rule and rape the children. Oh, God! The tyranny of the pedophiles is your history now. Oh, Chewy, stop, settle down. Did you? Oh, give me the next one. It's okay, settle down. There. Oh, did you have to excuse us, people? Chewy has to. Go ahead, Chewy, throw it up there. Boom. People, what is going on? What is going on? Would you like to see? Let's give it over. Let's give it over to the muse to tell us the future. Danny, I know, right? I'm crazy. Did you get the crazygram? All right, no, not now. Later. Right, people, I'm filling you in. I'm giving you all the new business. What does the muse tell us, people? Sophia is confident. You know, as long as people who are not evil take part in justice, they're never going to be ashamed. But those who have no senses, those of you who are thick, stupefied, this is what they call opium. It's one of the names for it. It's a state of your mind. Oh, God. In its place of dullness. She says, wisdom says, for the dull. What's going to happen for the dull? For the dull, Danny, because they were so hubristic and became this disgusting, God disrespecting people. Do you know what happens? They hate their own detection. They're not responsible. Oh, God, they're not responsible. They won't become responsible for the things that they have done. Do you know what wisdom says? Hey, look there. I'm going to give you, my people, my breath, the flowing of my breath. It says literally, I'm going to teach you my logos. What about everybody else? She called you. Wisdom called you. And you didn't hear. She showed you, Danny, the logoi, and you slapped them the fuck away. Do you know what she says? Because you did this. Even I am going to laugh at your ruin. I'm going to be happy, Danny, says Sophia, when your destruction comes upon you. Do you understand? Like a storm. Why? You cannot turn away. Once enlightened, you cannot turn away. And this is exactly what LH tapped into magically. Oh, God, people, put them up there. LH, I'm stealing your work directly. I do not care. If you understand. If you want to sue me, if you want to slap me around a little bit, right? I do not care because it's so well crafted. People, let's see exactly what's going on. Let's let wisdom sing. Are you ready? Let's let wisdom sing. Cue him up, please. Chewy, watch the language. Start it from the beginning.
Danny Jones. There's one I didn't want to have to make, but as you can see from this reaction, when he was on with Kurt Metzger, yeah, I'm going to have to crush you again.
Well, no, he thinks Jesus was a wizard.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Who knows?
Again,
Danny's saying, no, Armin is saying that's what Jesus was. Then Kurt Metzger, the comedian, says, what?
What's he doing?
What's he doing? As if Kurt Metzger's never seen the Danny Jones podcast with Armin Hillman, which he references in this podcast with Danny right here to bring up other stuff to discredit Armin. Oh, but what's Jesus done? I don't know. The worst thing about this is what Danny did right here. Danny's response to this is the worst thing that you can possibly do.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Who knows?
Again,
After sitting there with Armin for 3 podcasts now, going through sources and evidence, and what Armin sent you, all the sources to show when Luke Gorton was on the podcast as well, you've seen long lists of all the sources of Christing, and everything that Jesus was doing in the New Testament. And you've got some comedian sitting here saying, what was Jesus doing? This response from Danny shows me that he is absolutely part of the brothel now. He cites Gnostic Informant, who's one of the biggest liars in the fucking world.
Okay, before he goes any further, Chewy, make sure and capture the good comments. Can I hear it for LH, who just calls it? I mean, you're about to see exactly. Now, people, the question is, look, for the last 2 days, not today, but 2 days before that, day before, I have hounded Danny Jones with one question. Why? And we have gone back and forth. And the conclusion of that was Danny's recommendation that I seek psychological help, and he offered to pay. You don't have to do it. He offered to pay. The problem is, I am not nuts. Where's that stupid lunk-headed philosopher Socrates? Bring him in here first. Socrates, where'd you go? People, this dude, Socrates, you have to have some worthy, dignified lessons. This guy, Socrates, right? Now show him in his trial. God damn it. Did you bring him? Put him on trial. People, you have to understand when the dude on the left, who is far inferior looks-wise to the dude on the right, that is for sure. No, Socrates was ugly. That was a joke. Right? That guy was put to death, was executed because of what a comedian said. Danny Jones, if you have any strength to pick up the honor that you've thrown on the ground, I need you to write a letter to the mother of one of my students. Her child is taking Greek and is smart as fuck. Okay. But I want you to write to her mother. You don't need to write to her. You need to write to her mother, and you need to explain to her mother why it is that you don't know if I'm a pedophile. Because the world, Danny, has perceived it now, as I'm sure you're aware, as a not so good thing. Exactly what I was saying. If I'm crazy, Danny, everybody else is crazy with me. Let's bring up crazy LH and see. People, I thought for a minute, for just a second there, I thought, could it be that I need psychiatric help? Oh, God. Put that on the poll. Does Armin need psychiatric help, as Danny Jones has recommended? Start a poll, Chewy. And when you do, get back, please, to the material. I wanted you to draw LH in here. need a shrink. There you go. Yes. And go fuck yourself, right? Fantastic. People. Oh, God. Bring him up. Bring up LH. He says it better than I do. And then take it from someone else. Go.
Most disingenuous people on the internet.
We start talking about Younger Dryas, and none of us there have any fucking clue what we're talking about.
This is biggest gaslighting of all time.
They ended up saying maybe there were 2 comments.
He said they ended up saying maybe there was 2 comets. Let's take a look at what actually happened.
There's an older Dryas right before this period, from 18,000 BC to 14,000 BC. So was there another comet then?
Remember, the guy in the yellow chair is passing himself off as a classicist, right? Right? He's taking, it's not only stolen honor, but it's disingenuous.
You're the one that brought up if there was 2 comets. This bit is when he gaslights his audience while trying to say the other.
Okay, let's get to Danny.
Let's back up and talk about methodology.
He goes into Luke, and you see perfectly what Luke was doing there.
From Danny,
What's he doing?
to talk about any of this stuff, you're an idiot. So this response here from Danny,
What's he doing?
I don't know. Who knows?
Again,
I don't know. Who knows? Look at his body language right now. Danny is absolutely dejected. He's sitting there knowing exactly what the f he has seen. He knows that he sat there for hours and hours with Armin on that first podcast a couple of years ago when he showed him and all of us the reality of what the sources say. And he's sitting there saying, who knows? To why? Why? Why is this guy so important to you that you can't sit there and say, well, actually, here's what the sources say, and bang, 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 bang. Here's what it is. Shut your face.
I don't know. Who knows?
again, you're like a big bag of
or a
water.
chemical bag. Yeah.
That's right. That's why your boy with that used to be fat, but now he's a wizard. He'll tell you he's right, and he's not wrong.
So he was talking about human bodies are made up of water and chemicals. We're a chemical bag. That's what Danny and Armin were talking about on the first podcast. Human bodies are made into chemical factories through drugs. And even Kurt Metzger, the comedian, is saying, yeah, he's right. Why is he right? Because as I've shown before, I'm going to show you this clip again, completely independent of Armin, showing the ancient Greek sources for Medusa.
Athene takes 2 drops of blood from Medusa, one from the left-hand side of her body and one from the right. She gives them to the god of healing, Asclepius. Drop of blood from the left-hand side of Medusa's body is lethal, a deadly poison. The drop of blood from the right-hand side of her body, the Greek word is soterian, savior. It can revive you from the dead.
It's the pharmakon soterias.
So like an antidote?
Exactly, an antidote, the balance of the one that can kill you with the one that can keep you alive.
What's the point of that?
To die and to be born again.
Medusa has always been the monster who could save us.
The ancient Greeks were massive pioneers in medicine. Our word pharmacy is basically an ancient Greek word. It comes from pharmaka, which means drugs.
There you go. 2 independent sources separate from Armin Hillman, referencing drugs and medicine in the ancient Greek world and talking about how the blood is the salvation. So
I think it's important, people, that you're seeing that LH is trying just to show you that I am not making things up. Right? Aristophanes said look at what he's doing. Next thing everybody else says, oh my God, he's corrupting the youth and he's drinking hemlock. And that's it. Do you understand? The same people that LH is featuring there, he's featuring them there for a reason. They've swatted me. That's an attempted hit. Do you understand? You get a trigger happy cop and maybe a pissed off Armin who doesn't know who's coming over. Next thing you know, do you know what they looked for when they swatted me and came on, looked under my bed? Do you know what they were looking for? They were looking for girls. They were looking for girls in my sex trade. Right? Huh. Where does all this come from? Where does all of it come from? Put up the article, Chewy. Put up the article, because this was about me and you. The other one. Yep. People. What does it say? I want to start in the top. Silence at St. Mary's, censorship and academic freedom. People has... Am I in a repeating twist of currents? Has this happened before? I get a feeling this has happened. As the spring semester begins today at St. Mary's University of Minnesota, a storm of controversy. There it is. So happy to be in the storm. By the way, to the priest of Apollo, I hope that you saw the place there I hope that you saw her. Oh, God. Controversy is brewing amid allegations the school unjustly censored a school play, fired the popular professor who wrote it, and is now demanding silence from students and faculty critical of the administration. People, by a storm, she means they flew in the Association of University Professors, both national and international. The people came in and said, we need to, what is this disaster that we see? This free speech disaster. What is this? To clean it up. People, would you be surprised if they said it was something perverted? Would you be surprised? It was perverted. They fired me for a perversion. Do you understand? Oh, God. It was sexual. It was sexual. Just like Metzger's. Where is he, Chewy? Did you bring the video? We have video of these guys, right? They didn't know we were taping them, right? It's in the back room, right? Danny's got a little extra room there where he keeps reality going, I guess. Is that what it is? People, Chewy, this is coming from the daughter of the guy in this article that I'm showing you who worked 2 jobs, was paid $15,000 to be a professor by a university that was as corrupt as the backside of any altar boy. Oh, God. What did I do? I cleaned their toilets. And do you know Dorothy Deal, my supervisor, do you know what she did? She went in her summers off to fucking Palestine and volunteered in fucking refugee. She went to refugee camps. I think she was in Cyprus too. Always come back from those with a backache, right? Because she'd been sleeping on the ground the whole time, right? Helping, assisting refugees. She did the women refugees with children and all that kind of stuff. That was Dorothy Deal, the woman who hired me. At the time when the university said, why don't you clean our toilets? A man with a little girl named Chewy. Did you put us in there? Did you put us in there? Yeah, fantastic. Oh, people. What could possibly have been done? You know, you have to feed. There was a period where I went 21 days without eating. I fasted for 21 days. Right now, I told people it was a religious thing, but it was because we didn't have enough for the rest of us. In the midst of this, people want me dead. In actuality, my God, man, this man is a monster. Why, people? Something Dorothy Deal was very good at doing herself, and that was acting the Socrates, bringing the gadfly, telling people, would you like to see what's in our chest of history? Oh, look, here's a book with Jesus having sex, ejaculating into his hand and running around to little children saying, eat my flesh. This is life. That's all there. Pull up LH. Bring him in. No, bring in that robot and make him fire and blow everything up. Go. LH. By the way, I want to come and see him. Oh, God. This man deserves it. I hope he's going to be at the concert. Go.
So yes, Kurt Metzger's right, saying Armin's right, because other people, other historians and researchers are referencing the drugs and the death and rebirth in ancient Greece, in these cults and in these religious rites. So it's all there. So why are we obfuscating?
Armin? Well, no, he thinks Jesus was a wizard.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Who knows?
Again,
I don't know. Who knows? I'm going to play this clip a lot because this Danny is completely different from the Danny we saw 2 years ago on the first podcast with Armin Hillman. All right. Let's take a look at the Danny that we first saw in 2024.
What is so great about him?
Yeah, Jesus is a guy who walked around with 12 children.
What was so special about Jesus? He was a guy who walked around with kids.
Exactly. What was so special about him? He was a guy who walked around with 12 kids. Well, I say 11 kids and one younger adult. Because as I'm going to show you right now, in one of my previous videos, I brought up the sources that are showing how the apostles are all children. Matthew 10.
Okay, now you're just showing off, LH. Now you're just showing off. Let him stretch your stuff. Go.
A learner, a pupil, Latin, discipulus, hegapa. Interestingly, it says especially of children, paidas, a child. Here in Matthew 17:24-27, who do the kings of the earth receive toll or tribute from? Their sons or from strangers? So their sons means not adults, because it says the sons are exempt. Take that and give it to them for me, Jesus, and you, Peter. Now, how do we know that they were under the age of 20? It says everyone that passes the survey from 20 years old and upwards shall give the offering. Peter was of age, looking like he would have had to pay the tax, so at least 20 years old. But all the rest of them, the other 11 disciples, apostles, didn't have to pay the tax, so they would have been.
Okay, shrink him. People, do you understand? Danny, do you understand? All the information I gave you was straight up. You were a guardian of that information. And you don't know. You don't know the same accusation that comes and comes and comes and comes and comes. Pervert. It's okay. He's a comedian. Are you serious? Now you're trying to finger me. I don't know what happened to the Danny Jones that was earlier, but let's see. LH is going to show us there is a difference, and I want to know what it fucking is. Go.
Being at least 19 and below. That's what the text says. So right there, as I showed you in the previous video, they were all children. The apostles that Jesus had were all children. Not according to anyone's interpretation, just what the text says. Okay, that's what Armin says. There's no room for interpretation. Just what do the text say? That's all we're doing. A scientific investigation of what the text say. We're not saying it's true. We're not saying this is right. What does it say? And all you people sitting here, like Kurt Metzger and now Danny Jones sitting there saying, oh, I don't know. They're obfuscating around the truth. Why? Why? What are they protecting? Who's been talking to them? Who's shut Danny down? Because look at what Danny was doing on the first podcast. Look.
Right, people, look, he's investigating. And this is all I was asking Danny for 2 days. Why did you do it? Why did you do it?
Look at this face. It's a face of inquisition, skepticism, inquiry, and wanting to learn, compared to what we're seeing now with just, I don't know. What happened?
Why in the Bible do they explain that the guys who were being crucified next to Jesus were just thieves?
Yeah, that's how they translate.
And again, this is not on purpose. They just accidentally did this. Isn't it convenient for them that they left all this out?
Oh, you are right on top of it, detective. No, seriously, write your dissertation now.
Where the fuck is that Danny Jones? Where's he gone? This is what we're left with after, I don't know who you've been talking to.
I don't know. Who knows?
Again,
I don't know. Who knows? You had a perfect chance to sit there in front of Kurt Metzger and say, here's the sources. I showed you in my last video, Christ in Kurt Metzger. You could have brought up the Greek sources and said, look, there's Christing in the fucking sources you brought up. You didn't. And you're sitting there right now saying, who knows? Look at your body language. It's so fucking depressing and sad to see you like this, man.
Right? You feel it? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Now, Satanic Congregation, I know some of you wrote, and some of you were warning me, and some of you were saying something like this would probably happen. Right? I know that you were. This is the battle that we fight. We honor the muse. Yeah, the door. Yeah, with Sophia, right? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah. Right, what does Sophia say? Chewy! Oh, God! Chewy is singing to me while I'm sitting in my ear like a producer or something. Sophia comes to the door and knocks, and she's currently being chased by a crowd of people from the city because they don't want her there. And she knocks at the door and she asks, will you let me in? If you do, I'll stay with you. I won't abandon you. People, what kind of choice is that? That's not a choice of what do you think? Please come in. Those people outside, they can fuck themselves. They can fuck themselves. This is the mind of a 10-year-old. All right. You've got to come to that one who loves children. Do you understand? Oh, God. Put it together. Madeleine is going to be here later. Now, Madeleine, you're going to have to wait because we got a while to go. Because Madeleine wanted to say something to Danny Jones. Madeleine is one of my students. She's the only one who went through the intensive course in 4 weeks. She's way ahead of the curve. So, 8 weeks. Was it 8? No, it was 4. It was. Oh God, it was so fast. People see, the capacity is there, right? Oh, fantastic. Go back to LH. Let's let him say a few more things, and I want to take you. I want to bring this all together and reveal some new things to you, so you can see where it's coming from. Go ahead. Let LH speak.
To who you were. Look at that, skeptical, inquiring, saying, hey, nah, things aren't adding up. This doesn't make sense. Why would they do this? Why would they leave this out? Are they doing it intentionally? See this line of questioning? Perfect. Now we get a fucking shadow of what you were, man. Look at that. Who knows? So sad.
There's no room for interpretation here. It's just what do the sources say? He's a lay stace,
Which is a pimp,
which is basically a trafficker,
which was frowned upon back then.
because it's an active, organized crime.
So that's a leistace. That's what Jesus is saying. Hos epi leistein. So that's from my previous video on Bart Ehrman, where Danny was sitting on with Bart Ehrman, a biblical
You have to admit, it's kind of cool that I'm talking over LH, who's talking over LH, who's talking over the brothel.
scholar, and bringing him sources. He wasn't as well versed back then to be able to deal with this. He could have done it in real time if he had more knowledge, but he was at least bringing the sources and saying Christing. And then he exposed Bart Ehrman to everyone around the world. And you look at my video, Bart lied to everyone. He said the word Christon is not being used. It's Creo, the verb. And it's like, that is not what's happening. He's lying about Greek because he doesn't know it.
Yeah, I would say he's making up things he doesn't know, right? Because he doesn't read the stuff, right? He claimed to. Oh, I go to people. Did you see how the muse set him up? Did you see how the muse set him up? Right? She'll laugh at your destruction. He went in there saying, I read Euripides every morning. When presented with actual Euripides, he bailed. He bombed. Right? No, I'm sorry. Go back to like third semester, bro. We'll read some text together. Right? Oh, God. Who was it, Danny, who brought him? Who was it? I wonder if you had to pay the first class. Did you have to pay first class? Charge the fees? Speaker, did you charge the speaker's fees? Danny, you were there. You were sitting there with the muse. You watched the material delivered, Danny. You were at the base of the lightning. What happened to you to cause such a fall? What happened? Oh, God. It's poison, people. I feel responsible. I feel like I failed Iron Danny Jones. Right? He's stripped. He's stripped of his knighthood. People, do you see how this... Chewy, let's keep going. A little more LH, and then I want to do some article.
To say that he uses the word Christ?
No, it's using the word Creo.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And Danny tripped him up on it. Where's that Danny Jones? You can see where the arrow is pointing, leistein. This is a leistace. And then I showed in my previous videos what a leistace is. And I'll show you here quickly again, because Danny, you have all this. You've seen all this.
Who were the guys that were crucified on each side of him? What were their charges?
We're not told in the New Testament.
3 separate gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, say that he's crucified with either 2 leistai or 2 kakugoi. So right there, when Danny asked Bart Ehrman, Bart said, we're not told in the New Testament who Jesus was crucified with. I'm like, what? He even knew, Danny knew that it said thieves. He asked Armin before, why does it say they're thieves? And then you got a biblical scholar sitting there saying, oh, it doesn't say what it says in the New Testament. This guy, you're a liar. Because If Danny brought up the sources to his face, he could have said, hey, look, here it is. Matthew, Mark, and Luke. They all say, leistai, leistas, kakurgoi. So here we have Hesychius, leistai. Is it equal to peiratai? Kakurgoi. Oh, that's the word we just saw, isn't it? Now it's a peirates, a pirate, one who makes attempts or attacks on ships. And this is the word that Jesus is saying when he's being arrested. I'm not a this. And in earlier...
Oh, and look, who's that in the bottom? Oh God, I love that. That's Amen. Ha! Give me, say my name. Ow! John, where's the whip? Say my name. Where is the kid? Let him keep going until he starts talking about Metzger. Fast
Greek?
forward to Metzger, because he has the most fantastic take on Metzger. Okay, go. Wait. Oh, here. Let me go back here. Oh, there we go.
Say that in ancient Greek definitions anywhere. This is the biblical lie. And people like this are sitting here lying to you to obfuscate the reality of every piece of evidence that I've shown you, that Armin's shown you, that Armin's shown Danny, that I've shown Danny that he hasn't watched, or if he's watched, he doesn't want to reference it at all. These
Exactly. Now, why did the Catholic Church not want me teaching? No, it's a relay of information. They want to stop it. And the only thing they can do is say the most horrible thing possible. That's the comedy. What's not funny is that this is coming from the stage, from a God, from a daimon. That this Kirk Metzger doesn't even realize he's the bitch of. Oh, God. Play it. Chewy, go back to... Keep playing it.
are the hallmarks of people who just want to lie and obfuscate the truth because there's something happening behind the scenes.
Well, no, he thinks Jesus was a wizard.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Who knows?
Again, I don't know. Who knows? Well, we're going to see what Jesus was doing. So, Kurt, here, watch what Jesus was doing. Danny, watch what Jesus was doing on your own show.
And where are we? We're with Jesus in the first, and he's being arrested.
Straight translation. And a certain tis neaniskos, it says neaniskos, used of a young attendant or servant. Paidiske, feminine version of paidiskos, a young boy or slave. Now, this is from the Greek New Testament lexicon. And look what they're saying. See, neaniskos. Now, this is the biblical lexicon, BDAG. A young man functioning as a servant, which can also be, in our modern terms, a slave. Sunakalute was attending to him, not just following. He was attending to Jesus like a servant or a slave would attend to someone. As you can see here, this is what the definition is. Follow along with or closely accompany. I've said this so many times now. For people who haven't seen it, or for Danny who wants to hide behind Kurt Metzger, the comedian, follow with the mind to attend. You've seen this before. Follow with a sense of obeying. He's obeying him like a servant or a slave would obey someone.
This kid is not just hanging out with Jesus.
While he was clothed with a sindona, a linen bandage upon Gumno, his nakedness, and they arrested him. He then, katalipon, he left ten sindona, the bandage, and Efugen fled Gumnos naked. That's the straight translation.
That's why we're a crowd and we're angry and we want Jesus crucified. Now you understand why there was a frigging crowd there. A little bit brutal with him, weren't they? Well, yeah, they had good reason to be. People, do you understand why St. Mary's immediately fired me when they found out what was in their Bible? When they read my book, do you know? Monsignor Melvin came to me 5 times and he said, no, he didn't come to me 5 times. He was sitting with me over coffee in the little sandwich shop that's in that building that we showed you. And he said, you know, I've had 5 meetings. 5 meetings about you and your work. Right? About me and my work. Fantastic. People, does it happen? Show me in the room. People, let me give you a little surprise, and then I'm going to have Madalena come up now with me in the Matrix room. People, this is a I know we lose like, right, people, this is a recreation of an event that took place in which I was examined in front of DAs, police, investigators, social workers. Oh God, a man facing a lunatic assault of charges. Oh, how many years was it? 12. 12 years for these charges, right? The DA was right behind there. He was right behind the mirror, right? Watching. Actually, it wasn't a he, it was a she, right? It was a she. And that DA was deciding whether or not to send Amon away with his little children. That he's got little children. What's going to happen? Oh, God, people, let me tell you what my attorney, who was a man I'd never met, never saw after that, talked to for about 10 minutes before, right? That man told me, did you do any of this? Nope. Fantastic. Be yourself, answer questions directly, and always, always be innocent, right? Don't step over that line. People, your innocence will carry you forward. Do you understand? Your innocence will stop the assaults. Danny Jones is plugged into something that has been attacking me for the last 25 fucking years. Do you understand? I'm not a newbie. I'm a veteran to this. But the thing I've learned along the way is that if you're just, you'll never be ashamed. You'll never be ashamed. Stand in the face of the accusations. Stand in their face. People, the examination at St. Mary's. Now, we'll get back to this examination room. I want to tell you that one of the officers involved, who was the detective, came to tears at the end of the interrogation. And one social worker. Why? Because protecting your children is everything. You must stand against the waves of the unjust. Bring up Madalena. Bring up Madalena. I want her. We're going to get back to St. Mary's, and I think Danny will understand. I think Danny will understand exactly. Madalena, thank you for coming. Oh, you're muted. Mute.
Sorry, of course.
How are you?
I'm doing well, hanging in there.
Excellent. I'm just going to tell you, you're doing absolutely wonderfully in the class. Keep it up. Keep reading. Keep expanding your vocabulary until you can drive them all away. You particularly wanted to speak to Danny Jones, to address him directly. I'm going to give you a space and a time to do that. You're welcome to talk as long as you want, and I'm glad that you are able to do this in the world that we live in. So I'm going to pop away, and you're on.
There's no justice in the eyes of men who, before they know a person's inner mind, hate at first sight, though they know no wrong from him. That's Medea saying that. Euripides, right? I'm sick of arrogant men who reduce Amon's 37 years of experience and daily dedication, right? Because if you skip one day, you lose it. And his life's work as exposing everything, bringing truth, just to be reduced down to profit and shock value, right? And sarcastic mockery. How degrading, Danny. You've constructed the satanic cathedral, right? And yet you allowed his name and character to be defamed, whether that was intentional or not. It was dishonoring, and you allowed somebody to walk in that space and accuse Amen of being a pedo. Like, that is one of the most despicable things to do to a human being. And it's so ridiculous because for the last 3.5 years, Amin's been so adamant and dedicated to talk about his despising of the pedo empire, of the tyrant. And he courageously puts himself on the line. He puts his neck out there for the sake of not himself at all, but for the sake of victims of abuse, for the sake of the genocides going on, multiple of them, for this to end the Christian MAGA pedos everywhere. And he's been consistent with evidence because it doesn't come from his opinion. He says all the time his opinion doesn't matter, right? And we have magically gathered this collective and traced all of these sources. We have documented and gathered all the things he brings up to keep him in check, to make sure and keep him accountable, right? We have and are still doing a lot of that work, analyzing all these texts, learning and sharing, and learning all this literature, devoting ourselves to Mother Greek, devoting ourselves to that muse that you have no idea how to devote yourself to. You have no idea the capacity that it takes, or the dedication that it takes to be fully all in with this work. And it's dehumanizing, to say the least, to joke about something that is truly transforming humanity as a collective, not just for himself or his own profit, right? And yeah, you didn't stop and say, no, I will not allow this in this space. Why would I allow you to? No, we're not going to talk about that, like, my friend like this. No, you didn't do that. It could have been so simple. Just like, hey, shut the fuck up, dude. And the space that you dedicated to the muse, you dedicated to Mattia, was that a joke to you? Because some of us, it's not a joke. And to me, it's just a profound moral bankruptcy of to accuse somebody of being a pedo. So without proof, without any grounds, without any evidence, and just to make it into a joke. No, that's like not all right. That is not okay to do to somebody that you think, to somebody that you're a friend to. That's not being a friend. And that angers me to see. Um, um, we're on this fight to break the world from illusion. And Danny, your weaponization of your silence is kind of pissing me off because it's inherently then and blindly supporting a child rapist, especially when you have who in your ear. We are the reality of Lady Babylon is far more powerful than two bros sitting across from each other talking shit for a little while. And yeah, even on international platforms. So we are on this hunt to end this Christian nationalism that is built upon the shoulders of a guy who cuts off kids' testicles and does a lot of other really creepy stuff that people ignorantly and blindly worship in this facade of love and light. and truth and holiness. And it's disgusting because then that gives them the right to bomb girls' schools, right? Because they're chosen by God. And because they have money and power. Is that something that you stand behind then? So, I don't like that, and Jesus inverted, all of this mystery, right, from Medea, and Christianity then silenced the morning star. While history just suppressed and continues to enslave those minds in the world. And so you assassinated publicly the only dude who is activated and bringing this knowledge from actual source text that is doing it and teaching it in the world. 1 out of 4 people that are able to do what Amen does, that's very important that he continues to teach. And so your aim or silence or your whatever you want to call it, your laziness, that you didn't speak out in support of him simply as a friend, is just despicable, regardless, she's returning and you can't stop the rising of the dawn, and Danny, Amen trusted you as an ally. He trusted you in the name of finding something real, in the name of being curious and creative and doing the work, trying to be fair and neutral is like not enough, especially with a guy like Kurt. But you sat face to face with Amen. You looked into his eyes. You still decided to take advantage then and profit now from his art and his intelligence and betrayed him. And seeing Neil in your ear like that, he has no beauty, he has no vision. And if you give him a source, he can't work with it in reality. And if you did that work, and if you learn, and if he did, he would understand. He would understand even like what faith is. That's something that was one of my favorite things that Amen has taught me in the intensive course, and he brought it up again recently, that pistis, the faith, the root is apatho, to persuade, to win somebody over, to charm. But if you did the work and if you understood, you would know who that belongs to. Those charms, that charm belongs to Aphrodite, right? It is long before Christian theology colonized and monopolized her power. And you just can't abuse the mother. You can't abuse the muse like that. You can't indirectly or intentionally. That faith is her cosmic sexual desire through her creative ecstatic pussy. So remember where you fucking came from.
Okay, all right. That was the perfect. Remember where you came from. Right in your face comes the reality. Madalena, that's why I think you're Joan of Arc. Seriously, that's why I think you are, because you have that spirit. Thank you for saying exactly what is on your mind and not hedging and not saying things with any ulterior motives and bullshit like that. I want to ask you a question. I was bothering, this really bothered me. The one question of why. Can you just give me your succinct, paragraph of why?
Why Danny or why me?
Yeah, no. Why did this happen? Why was there a lack of honor? Why is there this change? Right? Why is it now? Oh, you're a nut. Go out and get a psychiatrist, asshole. Right? What happened to the change in Danny Jones?
I think that's maybe something that the only guess that I can make or assumption is he's being fed different information that has convinced him to look anywhere besides sources. And yeah, is faith this persuasion? Are you being persuaded? Right? It's he's got lots of bros in his ear talking shit, and if he doesn't do the work, he's not going to be able to have the eyes to see, and it's really disappointing,
From an artistic level, especially, I sat around for 2 days saying, you know how it is. I'm going to just tell you honestly, I was in a mode where I was saying every human being is a piece of shite. Every human being is a piece of shite. And I was wandering around. I went for multiple walks oh God, I'm walking all around town here, just pacing around, thinking to myself, yeah, why? How does this happen? Danny Jones had all of that information. He had everything there. And instead, now he's on a big stage with a big audience, and instead he's going to say what is just the most awful crap you could say. Why?
People can pretend for so long, maybe he's just disingenuous. Maybe he's not dedicated to, I don't know, the same things. Maybe he never had the eyes, he didn't have the patience to really look. Maybe he was pretending. And maybe he just wants to get along with other people who want to suck Yahoo's dingus, Maybe that's just what he wants to fit into. And
yeah,
for me to say,
here's the problem. It is for you to say. Here's the problem. This is a repeated cycle. When I was at St. Mary's, they brought up allegations, right? And what is hilarious? It wasn't funny to me at the time because I was a father with 2 kids who was starving. Right? I'd go without so they could have. Right? And in the midst of that, and in all the in all of the storm of trying to stay alive and keep your family alive, people are throwing accusations. People are throwing accusations that are terrible, that is causing other people to break down around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going through that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Why, when you're in the middle of that storm, what is it that people around can be, but they just don't know. They just don't understand. They're not, they don't have your eyes. The terrible thing that you brought up in the very beginning when you in the poetry was that there is something in us. I don't know. This is what came up in my head from listening to you. There is something in us that we need to not ignore, some kind of free speech. Is that what wisdom brings us, right? Not the ability to speak, but the the duty to do what's right. Danny Jones was sitting there, right? Danny Jones was sitting there on that international stage and said he did not know if I was a pedo. He did not know that. People at St. Mary's, he's a magician. He's a pedo. He's taken form, ethereal form. Do you understand? All of that stuff. When you're in the middle of it, nobody sees it. And here, let's show that here. You know what I'm going to do? Madalena, take the commentary here with us. And I want to look at this article. And I want you to give me your opinion. I'm a father with 2 little kids. Now unable to make ends meet, Hillman said he has been standing in lines for months at the local food pantry. His daughter, whose asthma medication he can no longer afford without insurance, recently asked, because of course St. Mary's wasn't going to give me health insurance. Jesus Christ, you're just a professor. Recently asked him if they would soon be out on the streets, right? This is a moment when Chewy came to me and said she realized that we're, and I had nothing to do. This is my quote, I worked 40 hours a week cleaning vomit and clogged toilets while designing and implementing the strongest language program the school has seen. I destroyed the caps on my classes. I attracted interest from rectors in Wisconsin and Minnesota who'd seen the effect of my teaching on the students, right? They brought me there and I made the program 5 to 10 times more productive than it was. They should have been quite happy. Instead, they paid me so little that I couldn't feed us. So I had to take another job. And my supervisor dared me. She said, you know what? You ought to get a job from the university. They have extra jobs. Show them. Maybe it'll dislodge something and they'll say, oh, look, or we're paying our professors so little. And all these administrators, these are fat cats, right? They are fat cats. They're in it for the money, right? And they're making the money. And the rest of the faculty is sitting around like sheep. Faculty was coming to me in private and saying, look, I really support you. I keep going and what you're doing. Yay, rah, rah, rah. I'm not going to get involved though, because, they'll come after me next, right? That kind of sheep was there, and they weren't gadflies, they were sheep. And so they gave me, they called our bluff, and they gave me another job. So I'm the guy with 2 children, right? And those 2 children I'm raising completely by myself. You're raising children right now, right? You know how it is. When you raise children by yourself, it's a specific, high demand. What's that, Chewy? Let me read one more, and then I'm going to ask you a question. As artists, it is our duty to the audience to portray the full truth so that they can deduce meaning, have complete understanding, and come to conclusions. This is what Collings said. With censorship in the way, that is difficult, impossible even. Collings said Hillman's passion for his work may have cost him his job, right? You cannot be an exceptional teacher in Athens. You're going to end up executed for what you've done. Danny Jones picked the very same device, the very same gun to execute me. Yeah. And now I have to talk to a mother of a 12-year-old and assure her in email, everything's fine. Do you think, Danny Jones, you know what I had to ask my student's mother? Do you think I'm a pedophile? Right? That's what I'm thinking as I'm writing this email to her. Right? Do you see what these people are into? They're not into giving you anything good. They're into destruction. Oh God, that's Madalena, take it off. What give me your idea.
Yeah, they're into destruction and greed for sure. it's really heartbreaking to hear what you went through. You know, it's like in this fight for justice, we're just asking to live and be humans and see real life. And I think in order for that to even happen, everything has to be destroyed and rebuilt. We have to return back to nature. We have to return back to the mother, and it's going to be really ugly. I'm not surprised at all that Danny was wishy-washy. It's not surprising. It's not surprising that people are greedy. And I know for myself, I will never be like that, because I've been stripped out of my my reality too many times, I think. But yeah.
Madalena, people should know before you go. People should know that you've done the course so rapidly, the intensive Greek course. You did in 4 weeks what it took me 10 weeks to do, and I didn't have children. Right? I didn't have children to feed. I didn't have them to diaper. I didn't have them to take to the right. I would eventually have children, but I didn't then. And let me tell you something. I don't know how you did that course, and everybody who's out there should have a lot of respect for the fact that you did that. And now nobody else has any excuses, right, when it comes to getting their work done. No, right?
If I can do it, you can. I have 3 kids in diapers. You know what I mean? Like,
oh God,
shitty over here. And I spend my nights, like, I'm very grateful that you've worked with my schedule so that I can spend my nights. And like, I'm staying up till 1 a.m. too, and working on stuff, and throughout my days, making space and time, for my kids. And it's like, I have to prioritize it, right? And I think I'm lucky. I'm privileged in a way to be a stay-at-home mom, a single mom, and, have the time with my kids, and also have the time to wake up early and stay up super late, have 2 hours of sleep for the last 4 months, and do this work because it's my passion. And it's like, it's something that I will never ever grow tired of, and it's always been there for me. So
people, in the midst, before you go, Madeleine, I want you to know, in the midst of all the darkness that was this week, it was a real light to be able to come to class and to be able to teach you. It gives me a lot of gratitude. Thank you for honoring me as your teacher, and thank you for working so hard, because you need to go back. Everybody knows that Neil attacked you, and we're prepping so that you can go back and humiliate, as should be done, right? You should.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Even
Okay.
today, he's attacking a lot of us.
Is he doing it again? Is he up to it again?
He's up to no good. I'm sure he's watching right now, huh?
Right. He's just upset. He's just upset that when you talked, you put him in his place. People, Madalena's tongue is sharp. It's really sharp.
I just sat there and took it, and I was like, I don't have anything to say, Good points, buddy.
And then you took him down in one punch. It was absolutely hilarious. Thank you for coming, Madalena.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you. People, I want to give LH just a little bit more room. But first, I want to go to a drummer. And this drummer, Dana Fortunius. Oh, God. The feet on this man. Should we play it, Dana, please? You know what that is, people? That's real. That is real. Oh, those musicians. Those musicians. I absolutely love Joe's voice. People, here's all the dates and everything. Look, people, look at it. People, come. We need people to come and put on your face paint. Oh, God. This is going to be absolutely wonderful. People, let's have some more planning meetings. We've got to come to my workshop. We've got to have some more planning. Fantastic. Those were the sites. People, plug it in. I want you to listen to the second half of the song, and I want you to enjoy it. And people, pay attention to the lyrics. Go. Oh, let's see if I made it. People, that is Junius, and you're watching Dana do his magic on the 26th of June. The album that you have been waiting for will be released. Ow! God. People here, don't show any. Oh, there's that. Are they allowed to see that? People, I've had the album for a while. Wait. I've had the album for a while. There, put up their picture. This is the band, people. These are the most. Oh God, what am I gonna do? People. I told them, just throw me into somebody's garage, right? And I'll sleep on the floor until we can go, right? And they said, no, you gotta have a nice hotel. We'll put you somewhere where you don't have to be worried about getting stamped on. Punk people, I need some ass kicking, and these people are gonna do it, right? Make me a better person. These are the artists with whom I am privileged to be able to travel, and I'm waiting to meet every one of them. most fearfully, Dana. Right? Most fearfully, Dana. Respectfully, sir. People, the 26th. So get ready to get the album. Did you show it up? No, you didn't show them that, did you? Are they allowed to see that? Oh God, I almost just blew the trade secrets. Junius, what are you doing trusting a guy like this? Oh my God, people. It's going to be spectacular. Now, I want everybody to know Chewy is in the process of producing a film that we will watch and that will accompany my glorious voice for a 30-minute extravaganza of freedom, an unleashing of the Antichrist, a return to the line of history that took place before the graft of monism, the artificial graft of monism. Let's continue to progress forward. People, I want to see, Chewy wants to show you. We were asking why. LH is going to say why. People, I know. I'm going to show you a couple more minutes of LH. Just please, because the devil is pissed, right? The devil is pissed. Does not think any of this is very funny. Right? The whole, I don't know what it was. The whole Bacchus comment. The whole, you know what I really think it was? It was the comment. And I don't know how Danny possibly sat there for this. It was the comment about the Greek language. Right? Can you bring that up, Chewy, from the interview? Let's let LH, maybe LH is going to talk about it. We'll use him as a way to get to it. No, I don't think he gets there, but let's go to Danny. People, I'm sorry. Yankee around like this. Let's go to Danny Jones, please. God, people, I'm talking about him like he's dead. Right? I'm talking about him like he's dead. Where is Danny Jones? That's the guy we got. Right? That's the guy we got. I don't even recognize him. He's like, why don't you go see a shrink? Excuse me? What happened? Is it some kind of fever? Maybe he got sick or something. Right? Ken's alive. Who's Ken? Please. Oh, I am going to talk about Ken on Friday. Ken Wheeler, you bald bastard. Fascinating job you did. I'm interested in discussing it. Makes me really want to get together. In Dallas, Ken and I are going to get together and hopefully some of the faculty of Dallas Theological Seminary. Put him right there. Put his face up and let's just hear him. Is this where he talks about Mother Greek? This is what pissed the devil off most people. Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
the Greeks were all into that shit. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. They were. So that's weird that you would be all into that. And they go, "Oh, Jesus, I heard he did that." Did you hear it from a Greek? I bet you did.
He says that when you start reading all the Greek, it like reshapes your brain.
It grooms you.
Okay. Do you see what really pissed the devil off? That's the kind of stuff. Danny, you are sitting. No, keep him up. Well, okay. Go ahead and show that. Danny Jones, you are sitting in the Cathedral of Satan. That set that you have was inspired by the muse through Lady Babylon. That's why you brought that. And in those halls, Danny Jones, you defamed everything beautiful when you opened your cocksucker mouth and said what you did about Greek. That Metzger is the poison that destroyed my friend. Keep playing. Let him see.
Changes the way you think. He's like, because
I want to see that footage of him when he's fat and has a beard that I can't find no more. It's
okay. He's just gonna go on with bullshit. Forget about that. Should we show your little film? Did you show him everything? We got some inside edition cameras of people. This is the psychic reality that Chewy is. Show that one. People, do you remember where all this started? Do you remember where all of this started? It started with a guy who went and told people The Greeks and Romans were full of drugs. They were full of drugs. And he was told in a meeting of university professors that the Romans just wouldn't do such a thing. It was from that point on, that we committed to this fight. Your point may be different, congregation. You may have come in a different place. You may be like Darko. You may have walked away from your government job, your retirement, and said, fuck that. I'm going to learning Greek. I'm going all in. Right? You may be like Darko. Or you may be like Cruz, like Jeff, making videos, showing us the reality, bringing it. You may be like the musicians. And people, you want to know who I'm fucking starting to trust more than a goddamn entertainment-driven bullshit industrian? Do you know who I'm trusting? Fucking musicians. There's something the Greeks said. This year, it was a couple of months ago, wasn't it? A couple of months ago, a very famous guitarist from a very famous band went to a very famous city with a very famous virgin and thanked the people of that city for the gift of music that came from their ancestors. There is great dedication to the muse in the world. Danny Jones has dishonored her. That's the reality. I am not crazy, Danny Jones, so that you know for sure, I am not a pedo. Thank you for coming. LH, you know what? We'll leave it. People, I recommend you go to LH and you finish that, because he draws everything together and you can see the frustration. You can see the frustration in him. What the hell happened, Danny Jones? What the hell happened? Where was it? Where was it that you decided to say, fuck the muse? I'm going to follow this Harry Turd's ballsack all the way to glory. Thank you for coming tonight, people of Satanic Congregation. I'll see you Friday, and we will commence the crusade. It's my privilege. Hail Satan.
Stirring the red sauce gravy, sleigh bells ringing. Let the good times roll, fashion gibbets. Apply paint to the road, wicked Tony Tone. Fantastico, satanico, flavorful. Turning up the heat, this place is lit like fire. Stirring up the tomato sauce to die for. If they can't produce the orphans, crucify the lot of them. By order of the dragon, get this place cooking. Death Star overkill with Deathlock the Demolisher. Dead can dance macabre.
Sophia the snake, stay up late. Do you like balloons? Violet silk, Satan venom, sweet taste. Have a drop or two.